This video is going to show you how to connect to the file server called Hebron, which has the drives Commons and Staff on it. And I'm also going to show you how to connect to the communications server that has all of our graphics and photos and stuff like that. Step number one is to make sure that you are on the local network. So you want to come up here to the wireless icon, and you want to look and make sure it says Private Christ Fellowship. You do not want to be on Guest. Now, so you can connect on any of the private, whether it's Connection Center, High Connections. As long as you're on a private network, you have access to these servers. The first thing you want to do is come up here to the menu where it says Go. Select Go, and then all the way at the bottom it says Connect to Server. Select that. And for Hebron, you want to type in SMB : / and then you could type the word Hebron, Hebron, and actually connect. But if you are using VPN or some other way to connect to the network offsite, the word Hebron won't work. You actually have to use the IP address of the server. So use 192.168.7.15. And then I recommend you hitting the plus button here. That will move it down into the list of favorite servers. So now when you want to connect to Hebron, you double click that, and it'll automatically connect to the file server. And it's going to look at, first thing it's going to do is ask you for your network password. And this is the network password. Then you have to type it in as the username, which would be your first initial and your last name. And you can check remember this password in my keychain if you so desire. Then hit connect, and you will see a list of all the drives that are available on the Hebron file server. Now, a lot of these you don't have access to, like finance or HR, stuff like that. But you do have access to Commons, which is where most of the files are. And then down further is the staff drive. So for now, for my example, I just want to connect to Commons. I'm going to hit OK, and it's going to connect me to the Commons file server. And here it is. And you can see all these folders that are out there. If you wanted to get something, say, out of Student Ministries, you just double click on it, and these are all the files in Student Ministries. Okay, so now I want to connect to the communication server. So the mistake most people make is they look down the left side of their page here and they look for things that are shared. And you'll notice as you go down here, look, there's communications. This is the wrong way to connect. Even though it will pull it up and show you communications, what it does is it gives you a non-logged in, you haven't used your password to log in, all you did was connect to it. So there's a lot of folders like business cards, see the little red icon down there, or CCTVs. It doesn't really give you full access to the server. And so one of the biggest mistakes people make is they think they're connected and then they can't copy files out to it, and then they can't get into a folder. So the way to connect to this, the right way, would be to go back up to the Go menu, come all the way down the bottom where it says Connect to Server. And just like when we connected to Hebron, we're going to use the IP address, and this time it's smb : / 192.168.7. And this time it's 19. And I would recommend adding that to the list. So over here you have 19, you can double click it. This is going to connect a different way. And I'm going to connect to communications. And the password for this server, if it prompts you for a password, is comuser, is the username, and then the password is cfhome.01. If you use that login, you will have access to this. So notice now I have two communications on my desktop. I have this one down the bottom here, and I have this one up here. This one was the original one I did. It doesn't have, it's over here. It has the little red spots like business cards, CCTV, stuff like that. The one up here is the one we logged into the right way. And now you'll notice when I scroll down the list, sort by name, business cards no longer has a little red dot, neither do CCTVs. So if you want to use the server, you need to do it the right way. So from here, a lot of times somebody will email out after an event that they've put photos from that event on the communication server. Well, here's where they're located. You scroll all the way down the photos, and then they're organized by year. So 2000 through 2014, and let's just pretend it was VBS. Well, you can scroll down here, VBS Weird Animals, and these are the pictures from the VBS event that was this past summer. So that is how you connect to the file server Hebron and to the communications server.